The death of a child is every parent's worst nightmare. Perhaps the only thing worse for a parent is to lose their child and not know where he or she is. Last summer, Chinese police broke up 2 child trafficking gangs and freed 180 children. These seem to be just a tiny fraction of kids taken from their parents every year. Our contributor, Charlie Custer, has just finished a film documenting parents and relatives searching for their lost children. The film's called Living with Dead Hearts. Take a look.
就好像人间蒸发似的，就谁也看不见了。
是被拐卖出来的。
然后福利院呢是以那个他们是孤儿或者是说有遗弃儿童的名义送入涉外领养渠道，然后那些小朋友就被国外的家庭收养。
哎呀，我的办法多了，我托顾咱们这个媒体、报纸、电视，有两起那个交通挂报。
反正就是到处打听吧，就是到当地啊，就是或者田间地头啊，问问就是当地的农民，哪有什么厂矿，有没有就是像那个我的孩子那样岁数的小孩干活。
我们当大人的啊，当爷爷奶奶的，当爸爸妈妈的，没有管教好你，没有看好你，就坏人把你抱走，啊，你喊我们吧。
说是去孩子之外这样话活，这样是这样也没希望，好像。我们说活的也是活的这样话，好像一时的想，有的想不见孩子活的也没意义了，觉得。
To tell us more about living with dead hearts, Charlie joins us today. Welcome back to LinkAsia, Charlie.
Thanks for having me.
So, how many children are we talking about?
Well, it depends who you ask. The short answer is tens of thousands, but the estimates range from about 10,000 per year to as high as 70,000 children that are kidnapped. And again, that's per year. So this has been happening for at least a couple of decades now. So hundreds of thousands of children at least.
What made you decide to make this film?
Well, this is a topic that we had been interested in for a little while, and you know, I'd seen children on the street in China as anybody who lives there does, and asked some friends about it, and so they sort of, one of them was an ex-police officer, and so he sort of explained to me about this problem of kidnapped kids and how sometimes kids end up getting forced onto the street, and so it was something that I had been interested in for a long time, and we were looking to make a movie about something, and sort of ran into this angle of, oh, we can. You know, let's talk to the parents and see how it is that they deal with this once this happens.
Why don't you think the police are doing more to try to find these kids? Is it a lack of resources, or it's not a priority for them?
I think it's not a priority for them on the local level. There is a national task force that's going after kidnapped kids and kidnapping gangs. And they do pretty well. They rescued about 8,000 children who've been kidnapped in 2011. So I think that's a pretty small percentage of the total that were kidnapped, but still 8,000 kids, it's quite good. But on the local level, I think part of it's apathy. I think part of it's lack of training in how to go after these cases. I think part of it is corruption and involvement in some cases with these kidnapping gangs where, you know, they're actually getting a cut of the profits to sort of like protect them. And part of it's also that because these cases move from place to place to place to place, to really investigate them effectively requires cooperation, not only on the national level, but from local police departments in a bunch of different places, sometimes different government offices in other places, and that often just kind of doesn't come together.
Now, what happens to these kids after they're abducted? I mean, the trailer indicates that some of them become slave laborers. Is that typical, or are they used for other purposes, like, you know, being sold to childless couples?
Yeah, younger children, especially infants, toddlers, are generally sold to other couples, sort of as adopted children, of course, not through official channels. But so that's what happens. I think most of the kids that are kidnapped are younger, and most of those kids go into adoption channels, including some of them into foreign adoption channels, but most of them are adopted within China. It's more common for older kids and adolescents and even teenagers to be in a situation where they're sold into forced labor or life on the begging on the street, or in the case of girls, sometimes forced marriage or prostitution.
Thanks, Charlie, and best of luck with your film. You can learn more about Charlie Custer and his new film on our experts page.
Now on U.S. airwaves, a global channel of uncompromising stories. World news, documentaries, entertainment, and culture. Link TV, connecting you to the world. For more information, visit linktv.org.